Hi, I'm Bill Sokol. I will be filling in for Richard Rosenthal. He's unavoidably unable to teach the second 4 weeks of a course about the Supreme Court, so I will try to fill in for him. The full title of this course, you'll recall, is The U.S. Supreme Court, Bastion of Democracy or Failed Institution? Richard is primarily focused on the first part, is it a bastion of democracy, question mark. I will focus on the second part. I think it's a failed institution. And I want to be quite frank, that's how I will be basically structuring this course for the 4 weeks that I'll be teaching it. In my opinion, we have to do something about this court. So what we will do is, first of all, we will explore, I think, probably originalism and textualism, the theory that the court uses to arrive at horrendous results. We'll talk about it as an anti-democracy court and focus on what I think are hypocritical and abhorrent decisions undermining our democracy. We'll probably explore with an outside expert what the court is or isn't doing about immigration issues when we have a 20 to 30,000 brown shirt force out in the streets attacking and killing Americans. We will probably talk about, I think, the confirmation battles from Robert Bork on, because Richard had planned to go on to that topic, and I actually have some thoughts about it because it's about politics versus the rule of law. I actually anchored the Bork hearings for Pacifica Radio long ago and far away in 1987, so I have a little bit of insight, perhaps, to offer about the confirmation fights and what they tell us about this court. I'll also probably talk about an alternative theory of constitutional interpretation to meet the failures of originalism and textualism, what's usually called living constitutional theories, the theory of the living constitution. And then I think it's vital that we talk about, in the closing week, how do we fix this thing? Or how do we replace it? Let's really get down to the various options. People always mention them. I'd like to explore some of those in some kind of depth. So what are we going to be doing? 4 weeks of, oh my God, it's terrible, we got to fix it. An attempt, I hope, to take a look at the law, the theories of law this court uses, how inadequate those theories of law are, how what we like to call the rule of law is failing, and then why we got here. How did we get to this situation? What's the briefly historical background of the last 20 to 25 years of the Roberts Court? And then I think we close with, let's look towards the future. And perfectly willing to look at things like tariffs, birthright, citizenship, the kinds of issues that are coming up, replacement of Federal Reserve Board members. We can look at what the court has on its current calendar and speculate about what it all means, and we can also talk about how do we change this court totally. So there's some ideas about what this will all be about. Because I'm constructing the course very rapidly as I prepare to do these 4 weeks that I'm getting parachuted in, who knows? Depending on what the court does, perhaps we'll have some issues that I haven't even thought of yet. See you there.